Welcome to today's webinar. Today's webinar is all about property portal integration with Kylas CRM. I'm Tushar Pingte and I'm business analyst in Kylas. Let's take a look what we are going to see in this webinar. Okay. So in today's webinar, we are going to see how we have done property portal integration. Uh, there are two types of integration available in the property portal application. The first one is pusher and the second one is puller. We will see how you can install this property portal application in order to get all the leads available on your property portal. Okay, so let me share my screen and we'll show you how this can be done. So I hope my screen is visible. So first let's take a look what is the puller and what is the pusher integration. Okay, so puller is nothing but the type of integration where the system, this is the system, always call the APIs of the server and ask the server if you have any new data, right? If yes, then server pass back all the available information or on the server to system, right? Let's say on today there is 6th of uh, October is the date. So in the morning, our system will ask or hit their APIs of the server to ask if there any new leads available for any client. If yes, it will pass the data. If no, it will pass as a blank response, right? And in case of pusher, let's say we create a webhook URL where all the data will be pushed to the servers. So you will have one webhook URL along with you. You will configure this webhook URL to the portal or uh, yes, let's say property portal server. And whenever you have any of the new lead in your account, that lead will be pushed on that webhook URL in real time. So there is no API call or no recurrence call of asking the server if there is any data available in case of pusher. And whenever there is data available, it will push that data to your system. So this is the difference between puller and pusher. So let's take a look what we have done to integrate these both integrations with Kylas. Okay, so first of all, let me log in. So this is your Kylas login page. In order to install this property portal marketplace application, you have to first log in into your Kylas. Once you see the dashboard of Kylas, just go to Kylas marketplace and on all the applications, you will see a property portal application that we have built to integrate all the property portals. I will click on this application and you can see install app. Once I click on the install, it will ask me certain permission. I will allow and install it. And it will ask me to enter my Kylas credentials in order to install this application on my account. So I have successfully installed this application. If I go to install app, you can see property portal integration application on the installed applications, right? So this is the interface of property portal application. First tab that you are seeing is the API key. Okay, so in order to get all the leads in your Kylas CRM, you need to enter your Kylas API key over here. Where you will find this, if you go to Kylas sales and CRM settings, under integration, you will find API key. okay, which will be unique for your Kylas account. Just copy this API key and paste it over here. When you click on the save, then all the leads on, that will be coming to your portal will push to this API key, which is of your Kylas account, right? Once you configure your API key in the portal application, just go to connected account where you can see a pusher and puller integration available. So just now I have shown you the difference between puller and pusher. So let's say you go to puller and you click on add vendor. In you will select a puller integration over here, and under a property portal drop down you will see all the available property portals listed in the drop down menu, like Quicker, Magic Bricks, Common Floor, Makan, India Property, Housing, and Live Squares. This number of portals we have right now integrated with. In order to make this integration working, just select puller, select your vendor, name your, write down your account name. It will ask you a key and ID of the vendor account, right? So what are the things? Let me show you. So whenever you have subscribed on any of the portal, let's say, you will get a get leads API from that account. So this will be your normal get API URL. This is the dummy URL I'm using right now, but you will see here as a magicbricks.com or commonfloor.com. I will show you the example. Okay, and along with this this URL, you will also receive a API key which will be unique for your account. And with the API key and a API URL, you will get this a whole URL from your portal application or from portal team, right? Once you hit this API key, you will get all the leads available on this website. Let's say this is your property portal. This is your API key. Along with this API key, you will also need you will also get and date range as well. Let's say for example 06/10/2022. So what it will do, it will check the leads available on this API key, and it will again check the period of the starting time and end time. Okay, and all the available leads with this date range will be fetched through the API. So let me show you how it works with the Postman. Okay, so I have this common floor get URL, get leads URL. Okay, so you can see the example that I had shown you. This is the commonfloor.com, and with the dummy, this is the webhook.site, right? Along with this, you have to pass your API key. This is the API key, and this is the ID. Okay, like the way I am passing with this URL. Okay, and start time and end time like this. Okay. So with this whole URL, you will get from your portal integration team. Once you get this URL, you will see your account's API key and ID, which is nothing but this information. Okay. So you have selected your vendor. You are entering your accounts API key, a portal accounts API key basically, and ID. Once you done, let me configure the same. You are asked to map all the fields. So this is the Kylas field, this is the common floor fields. So it will be automatically mapped. If you want to map more fields, you can select any of the fields like city, and I can map with the Kylas field. Also, I can map my portal project over here. So let's say, let me show you. This is the URL that you have along with the API key and ID. There is a start date and end date. If I hit this, a minute. Okay. So this is the ID, this is the key, and this is the ID. Okay. When I hit this URL, I will get some result. Let me show you. So you can see in the response, I'm getting all the leads available on this common floor account, right? Here I can see a test, a lead name basically, a lead name, their email ID, phone number, and also the project for the for which the lead is looking for. So here in the response, I get the project locality name. You will receive those locality name from portal itself. I just need to, sorry, enter those locality name over here, and I will map one of the product, Kylas product, with that locality. So whenever any of the lead is inquiring for this product, it will reflect in the Kylas with this product, let's say. So I have uh, enter all the required information. I have mapped my fields. I have mapped my one of the Kylas project with the available project. I will select campaign for which I want to map those leads. I can also select for which users those leads should be assigned. I will save this. You can see a status is active. This is the common floor for which project I have mapped. I have done this integration, and which is the vendor. So let's say what it will do. Let me show you. You can see pool interval 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes, it will hit this URL. This URL nothing but it will hit this URL and will fetch all the leads available on this account. Okay, for every 30 minutes, and you will see all the leads in your Kylas. Okay. Also, if you want to see the fetch leads, you can just go to leads, and over here you can see all the leads available on your portal. Let me show you. So this way you can see Kylas lead ID against which this lead has created, the name of the lead, their email ID, phone number, which was the vendor you had connected, lead type. This is nothing but a puller, the status. If there is any error while syncing the data, you can see that error, and the created date and time of the lead. Okay. So I again summarize all the things in case of puller integrations. What you will do, first you will configure your API key in the portal of applications. Once it is done, just go to connected account, select a puller integration, add your vendor, select your first select your puller integration, and select your one of the vendor. It will ask you certain informations, enter your key, API key, and if possible, then uh, if you it's the application is asking you to enter ID, then you should enter ID as well. With the different vendors, you can see a different information. Like in case of Makan, you will be asked to enter your username and password. In case of India property, the information is different. Right now, I'm just selecting Magic Bricks. It is asking me to enter my API key. I have entered my API key. This is the Kylas field that defaultly mapped. If I want to map more fields, I can select and map them with portal fields. I can enter the again given by my portal team. I can map that product with one of the Kylas product. Will select campaign, source, and owner. Will submit it. Vendor I have selected is already exists. That's why you are seeing this error. Okay, so there is nothing different. Just enter your account name and API key. Rest of the default mapping we have already done. If you want more information, you can map more fields. You can just enter your Magic Bricks or any of the portals project over here and map that project to available Kylas project. If let's say you are having more projects on a portal, you can add more projects and map those projects with different projects available in the Kylas, right? So I have, let's say, on my Magic Bricks account, I have, let's say, three project list listed. I can map different projects with the different Kylas projects and can submit this. So whenever any of the inquiries coming for this project, you will see this project name against this lead. Let's say any of the inquiries coming for this project, you will see this project map, this product map with this lead. Okay, so this was all about the puller integration. Further moving towards pusher integration. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, or we can just go ahead with pusher. Okay, let's take a look of pusher integration. So as I said, with the pusher integration, you get webhook URL. You configure that webhook URL at the server end. In case of this, you will configure that webhook URL to portal application, and whenever any of the lead available on that server, it will push to that data on that URL, and we will listen those requests and will create a lead into the system. So let's say again, in order to make the pusher integration, you will go to connected accounts and you will see a pusher integration over here. If you want to add a vendor, let's say, just select add vendor, select pusher integration, and you will see the list of the vendor that we have integrated with, right? So let's say I'm selecting a housing pusher. I will just name it housing, let's say. I will map all the Kylas field with the housing. There's number of fields we have by default map. Mm, if you want to get more information about the lead, you can select more fields available in the response. So let's say I have mapped the locality with the city field of Kylas. I will enter a product identifier or a project name, let's say, uh, that which will be provided by my portal team. I will map that project with one of the product available in the Kylas. We'll again select a campaign and source and we'll submit it. Right now I'm not submitting because we already have one of the vendor which is active. You can see housing pusher. Once you save or click on submit, we will create one webhook URL for you. You just have to copy this webhook URL and pass it to your vendor team. They will configure this URL at their end, like on the server end. And whenever you have any of the lead in your portal application, this server will push all the data to that webhook URL and we will listen all those requests and we'll create a lead, right? So let me show you how it's done. So let's say this is the webhook URL that we have created. You can see asset status is active. I will go to Postman to showcase how it will work. So this is nothing but my webhook URL that we have, like 3BA1F at last, 3BA1F. Okay. Uh, so you will share this webhook URL to your vendor, and along with this URL, they will pass certain information like project name of the lead, mobile or email, let's say. So let me go back to Kylas. You can see there is the last lead created at is 4th of October. If so, let me show you my configuration as well for a housing. So I have selected housing pusher. I have mapped certain fields of housing with Kylas fields. I have one project in housing, my housing account, which is Raigad, let's say. I have mapped it with one of the Kylas product. I have also mapped campaign and source and owner as well. So let's create a test. So let's say any of the lead name test housing is inquiring for the project Raigad, right? This is the phone number of that lead and this is the email of that lead. So let's say I push the data on this URL. This is the portal integration URL. In response, you will see a lead created data and everything. Okay. And if I go to Kylas, you can see a lead created at 6th of October, which is nothing but 6th of October, 1804. This is the time. Okay. You can see a last name, test housing, product that I had mapped, leads phone number, campaign, source, and if I select column email, then you will see a lead's email ID as well. Okay? So this was about the housing. Let's say I'm using one of the different portal, let's say 99 acres. Okay, let me show you the configuration of the 99 acres. The configuration is same. You will select 99 acres pusher. Integration type will be pusher. You will enter your portal account name over here. You will map all the 99 acres pusher 99 acre portals fields with the Kylas fields, and you will map your project with one of the available project of within Kylas. I have mapped source and campaign. Once I save this for pusher, I will get different URL, right? I just need to copy this URL and share this URL with the 99acres.com. So this is my URL, let's say. So here you can see email of the lead is test lead, right? The name of the lead is 99 acres test. Phone number of the lead, the project code that will be again shared from 99 acres team, a project name for which the lead is inquiring for. So let's say any of the lead coming to your 99 acres and you have uh, configure this webhook URL at 99 acres, right? So let me push this data. You will whenever any of the lead is inquiring on your 99 acres with their name and first number and everything, that will be pushed to this URL, and we will create again the lead at our end. So let's see if lead is created or not. You can see a last name 99 acres test lead, which is just created. This was the product that I had mapped. This is the phone number of that lead. This is the campaign and source and email as well. So this way, for both puller and pusher, you can use any of the method to get all the property portals lead into the Kylas. And if you go to property portal application under leads, you will see all the leads that had come to Kylas from your property portal. You can see a 99 acres pusher from which from which account the lead had came. And you can also see a status of this lead. If you go to if you click on this ID, you will directly navigate to that leads details page. And on the detail page, you can see all the available information that you have received from your portal. Like this is the city that I have received. This is the requirement for which project I have got this lead. Right. So let me summarize one more thing. If I go to connected accounts, this is the pusher integration. I will select pusher integration. Will add any of the vendor. I'm just editing it because I have already done all the mapping. I will just enter my property portal account name. I will map all the property portals fields with the Kylas field. Will map my project available in portal with the product available in Kylas. Will associate some campaign source and will submit it. Once you done all the configurations, you will receive this webhook URL in case of pusher integration only. Okay. You just have to share this webhook URL with your property portal team. They will configure this webhook URL for you, and all the leads available in your portal application or portal property portal will be pushed to this URL where you will receive all the leads, and we will create all the leads for you the way I have created this, right? So this was all about the property portal integration. You can take a look by installing this application. You can just add a vendor and see what vendors we have integrated with. If it's a pusher, the vendor list is different. If it's a puller, the vendor list is different, because not every portal supports the pusher or a puller. It's again up depends on the subscription plan that you have, right? S- I will again want to mention over here is that, let's say if you are going for a puller integration, let's say puller, this is the puller integration. You will need some of the information depending on the vendor. Let's say if you are going for a quicker puller, you will need API key of your quicker account, app, email. Then if it's a Magic Bricks, you will just need a API key of Magic Bricks account. In case of common floor, you will need key and ID. So this information will be given by your portal team again. And in case of pusher, let's say if you are selecting any of the portal, once you're done with all the configuration and submit it, by default we are creating webhook URL for you. You just need to share this webhook URL to your portal, and once they configure this webhook URL for you at their end, then you will, all the leads will be pushed to this webhook URL, and we will listen all the responses and we'll create a lead, right? And in case of puller again, there is a 30 minutes limit that we have set, because some portals can block our APIs in order to make, if we are calling their APIs um, for every 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So we have kept this limit as a 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes, if you have any leads in on your portal, you will go get those leads and create a lead in Kylas to enjoy and learn the new integration that we have done. Let's meet in the next webinar. Thank you. Thank you very much.